Taiwan's newly appointed defense minister says his goal is to be ready for war at all times.
Defense Minister Chiu Kuo-cheng, who assumed his post last month, was speaking to lawmakers during his first interpellation session. He said that the military was preparing as if conflict could break out in the next 6 hours.
He emphasized that the military aims to be self-sufficient in the event of a war, instead of assuming that other countries will come to Taiwan's aid.
For the first time in his capacity as Minister of National Defense, Chiu reported to the Legislative Yuan on Wednesday. Lawmakers congratulated him on his new position. They also tested him on how he would navigate shifting geopolitical tides.
美国的印太司令 Davidson 他讲说，如果说他们
U.S. Indo-Pacific Commander Philip Davidson has said war could break out in the Taiwan Strait in the next 6 years with a communist invasion of Taiwan. He said it would take the U.S. at least 17 days to reach the first island chain. But from what I recall, the Ministry of National Defense has always said that Taiwan would be able to hold the line for at least 7 days.
17天也好，7天也罢。
It doesn't matter if it's 17 days or 7 days. A military's top priority isn't looking at 6 years down the line. We already have protocols in place for if something happens in the next 6 hours. There's a principle I stick to, and it's that this is our country and we have to rely on ourselves to save it. How long it would take for someone else to reach us is not a factor we consider. The point we have always emphasized is that if you want to fight, we'll fight you for as long as you want. We won't be going into it counting down the days.
Taiwan will fight for as long as China fights, he said, taking a tough stance. In addition, he said the military is changing its approach to China's warplane incursions.
我们也知道，它这就是一个消耗战的一环。
We know that it's a tactic in the war of attrition, so we are adjusting the way we deal with it. If we continue with a one-to-one approach, our losses will be tremendous. So how can we monitor the situation through other means, in a way that gives us a full grasp of the movements and lets us react if necessary? The military already has a plan in the works and will follow that.
The defense chief said Taiwan would also work to enhance its joint operational capacities.
像跟哪些国家可能是我们联合作战的对象？美日吗？
我们都有列进去。
The threat of China looms large. The defense and foreign ministers of Japan and the U.S. met in Tokyo on Tuesday to discuss the Chinese threat. In a joint statement afterward, the officials acknowledged that Beijing's behavior presents challenges to the international community. They also underscored the importance of peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait.
就我们遇到强大敌国，对我们有压力。
The huge enemy that Taiwan is up against really puts a lot of pressure on us. The officials have acknowledged this. I think that future cooperation based on the existing foundation and additional talks would both be positive, and we'd be glad to see it happen.
The minister said the union of Japanese and American forces to counter China was a positive development. At his first showing in the legislature, it was clear that many challenges lay ahead for Taiwan's defense minister.